I got some bad news, guys. It's called UFC Fight Night, Covington versus Woodley. And the bad news is, as much as some people want him to fail or want him to succeed, depends on what side of the fence you're on. Um, you might have seen my other video that I put up some quick fire betting odds and things like that for this event. But I'm talking specifically about the main event here. And yeah, I got some bad news. I got some bad news. And the bad news is Tyron Woodley is going to lose this fight. Now you can put money on it if you like. That's on you. That's your risk. But look at this video. I've done my homework, but you can do your own homework. But this is still just an informed opinion. As we know, anything can happen in MMA. Tyron Woodley, one thing he does have is he's got great power. He's got one punch knockout power, and he can switch anybody's lights out like we've seen many times. But fact of the matter is, he's lost multiple times recently, and if I'm not mistaken, all of the losses recently have been from pressure fighters, always putting him on the back foot. He's always skirting against the fence. He just doesn't look like the old Tyrant anymore. And I think what's happened now with him getting political, I understand it's dear to his heart, with the whole Black Lives Matter thing. It's evident with the persona that Covington's created. There's two sides, isn't it? He's representing one side, and then you've got Colby who's representing another side. I'm completely apolitical here. I don't comment on any of that. I'm not getting involved. But it's just clear that um, there's two sides here. So I think there's a couple of risk factors. I think let's just have a quick analysis. First of all, I think, in the past he was criticized for taking on too many things before his fights, like rapping career, stuff like that, distractions. And then for his most recent fight, I believe he eliminated a lot of those. He did training, lots of training, intense training, and I think it was Tiger Muay Thai, if I'm not mistaken. Lots of training there. But now the problem is, I think, is that there's so much pressure on his shoulders because he personally hates this guy. He personally hates Covington. Covington represents what he's campaigning against. He's Black Lives Matter. He's all for that. Covington's on the other side, if you will. That's a huge pressure to put on your shoulders to prove, first of all, that you'd have to beat this guy. You can beat this guy. You want to shut his mouth literally with your fists. The pressure of these movements. Will he fail the movements if he doesn't succeed? And then beyond that psychological element, we have to look at the actual reality, or the facts and opinions, etc. Fact of the matter is, he hasn't performed very well against top tier high pressure fighters, always putting him on the back foot. Terrible. It's not done well. Um, Kamaru destroyed him in the wrestling. I think he had one of the best takedown defense rates in the UFC, but man, did he get ragdolled in that fight. And then he also got taken down in his most recent fight, you know, as well, which to me was surprising. Once again, pressurized, taken down, and that was from a BJJ guy, so it was surprising. But yeah, not even from like a. I mean, I'm sure that guy's, he's got good wrestling, but not to the levels that Woodley has, or. So those are a few elements of what's going to happen. And I personally think, although Covington's come out and said, I know they've trained together in the past. I know Covington's come out and said that he's going to strike with him. I think that's a very dangerous game, and I think I'm going to lay out exactly what he's going to do. He's going to pressure him as he always does. Not in his strikes will not necessarily be powerful. Covington doesn't seem to have like one hit knockout power like Tyron, but he's going to pressure him with volume. So he's going to put him on the back foot. He's going to skirt around the fence. He's going to pressure him with volume all the time. Volume, volume, volume. So he's going to go volume, 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 volume. Dip for the takedown. Double leg. Single leg to double leg. Double leg. Volume, volume, volume. Double leg. Punches, kicks, double leg. And it's just, you're just going to watch that across the whole fight, around the ring. I don't think Covington has the stopping power. I don't think he's going to finish the fight. The wild card is he gets knocked out by a hook or whatever from Tyron, and just gets nuked by his right hand or whatever. But other than that, as I said, he's going to pressurize him. He's going to mix in the strikes and the in high volume and the takedowns. He's going to grind him out, and he's going to grind to a. I think it's going to be similar to Kamaru in that regard, but with perhaps a bit more striking than Kamaru, and he's going to just ground him out, outpoint him for 25 minutes, and for a unanimous decision victory. I'd love to. I would like to see Tyron come back to it, to how he used to be, and go for a nice knockout. And let's give the guy another chance. But I think if we're being realists about it, I think he's gonna get decimated. So yeah, that's a bit of my breakdown on the main event. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do any on the other ones. I'll think about it. But yeah, have a look at that video, and yeah, watch the video and open your wallet if that's what you're into. Slap some hard-earned cash down on my prediction, and like and subscribe. And as I said, as I always end these videos with, go to Brett at IBMA, Iron Body Martial Arts, for all your bone conditioning, combat sport conditioning, self-defense conditioning, bare knuckle conditioning, shin conditioning. He's got it all, man, and it's awesome. Thanks very much, guys. Thank you. Thanks.